Yeah.
Let's start with the not fun stuff. On the kick return that they broke, one, did the penalty, the block in the back, make a big difference, or was that going to be a problem?
Yeah, I mean, it affected the play some. Obviously, you don't like to see what happened. It's like our guys were in shock they had to kick the cover, first of all, you know, just been all touchbacks. So we told them eventually one of these boys are coming out. So, you know, we got some guys that had, you know, are inexperienced, you know, too, on these units, some pups, too. And the only way you can get experience is to go do it, you know. We had a chance to make some plays. We missed a couple of tackles on it also. But there was some things on that play, even though it didn't look like that was correct, how we fit it and everything. We got it to bounce to our safety. But we just got to continue to get better. And I was happy they bounced back on the next one. And Javon made a good play on the ball. And so we just got to keep gathering experience, you know, especially in some of these covered units where some guys just hadn't played college football a lot. So, and that just helps some of our starters out and what have you, just to keep them healthy and fresh and what have you.
This might sound like a weird way to ask it, but is that the best case scenario where it all, you know, there's a breakdown and you give them a touchdown, but it doesn't count, and now you can teach them?
I don't like seeing it at all, so I didn't see the flag till late, but I think we can definitely learn by it, you know, and we've had some good things this year. I haven't had some things that we need to get a lot better at, there's no question, but you can learn from the bad more than you can when things are good sometimes. So hopefully it woke our guys up. Number one, they got to go out there and believe they're going to make the play. There should be 11 guys out there thinking they're going to make a play, and we got to get to that point.
Coach, those first two games where you had where Chris Williams had the ball hit him twice.
Yeah.
Does that fall on Stroman? And is
well, the first one was just there was really nothing we could do. It was actually something we pointed out as a good job. You know, Greg was sitting there pointing at the ball. It was a low rugby kick, and Curtis was trying to get out of the way. It just happened. It was a bang play, and sometimes that's football. You're not going to get. But you know, if they're doing what they're coached, there's been times we haven't been disciplined. I know the one in Tennessee, we did not do that, and that's. When you have a bad play, we're working on it once a week, you know, to see the returner when you're blocking your guy. And again, that goes back to guys playing and having to do that, but that's being disciplined, just like protecting the football, you know, the points we made. So hopefully all that stuff will continually improve as the season goes on.
How encouraging was it to see the punting game and the number of balls you found?
Well, I mean, he's done a good job in the red zone, you know. Ludd's got to get better, you know, more consistent, just punting the ball normally, you know. The one thing he has done is he's had a bad one, he's responded, came back, and it didn't roll into 2 or 3, you know, which can happen sometimes. But again, he's a guy that hadn't played, and hopefully through more and more experience that he'll continue to get better and more consistent, which we need. I know we all want to be perfect, but that scenario don't happen all the time, you know. So, but you know, he's just got to get more consistent, you know, just to help us with just field position when we're not in, you know, punting in the red zone and stuff. So, but that has been good as a whole, and we need to keep building on that and keep staying with them. And you know, we got to let him, you know, you got to throw him in the pool and let him keep swimming. You know what I'm saying? Or because he does have the ability to get it done. You know, we've seen it in practice, and he's just got to be able to handle the game time and go do it game day.
Coach Funky mentioned on Monday that he was a little disappointed in the fact that the team didn't really celebrate those like they were big plays. Did you notice that as well? Were you disappointed there?
You know, we talk about it all the time. We show a lot of clips of that, you know, how it should look. And, you know, it's what we're trying to get them to understand is it affects a lot of the game. Number one, it affects the opponent's play calling when you get it pinned back there. But understanding that, you know, there's not big stats on field position and where the ball starts, you know, on the next day, and trying to get our guys to understand that we as a team need to understand how important that is.
What are the clips? Are they from Memphis?
From all different ones. We use them from all different ones. Sometimes NFL and sometimes old Memphis stuff. I'm tired. I told our guys I'm tired of showing. I want to say show all Virginia Tech stuff, so we'll get that tape all rolled over. So when we're working to that too. So
did it take a while at Memphis to get people as excited for those kind of?
No doubt. I think it's a building process, and you know, and you got to go do it, you know, and be able to see yourself doing it sometimes. So watching it on tape, I know gives you an example of it, but watching yourself go do things, I think is better. So, we try to show them as much as we can. The thing that you get into sometimes when you're dealing with special teams, you wish you had a 2-hour practice to work all the special teams. This is stuff sometimes they gotta, definitely see and be able to take to game day, and sometimes that's a little bit tougher.
For the guys that you deal with on special teams, especially the guys that are exclusively special teamers.
Yeah.
How much has the 25 jersey kind of inspired them a little bit?
Well, I think it's
an open competition.
No doubt, and I think it's an honor for Coach Beamer, but it's an honor to just represent Coach Beamer and Virginia Tech. Coach Fuente announces that every Thursday in front of the team, and you can tell it is a big deal. And I know Tim Settle had it this past week, had a couple knockdowns and played his tail off, which was cool. Is that we do things, especially where big guys are involved. So there should be every one of them guys trying to get 25, and I think that is the case right now. So
Tim stretched that jersey out a little bit, or they had?
We had to sew it up. Had to sew a couple of extra patches on there to get him in, to get it on him. He looked good at it, matter of fact, I thought. So yeah.
Joey seems like he's pretty good inside 45 yards. So once he gets past that distance, it seems like he's a little shaky. How do you go about
it's a
fixing that?
shame because he's got such a strong leg, and out of the 2 he's missed, he hit the one well, he's just got to do a better job seeing that target and not worrying about it. You don't need any extra leg strength. He's got plenty of that. And just hitting his line, sometimes there is wind and things that can affect things, but that's our job to be prepared for that in pregame, So he needs to be more consistent also. We're counting on him, and he should be confident. I thought he really finished the season strong last year, and I always tell him, don't be thinking too much, Just see your target. You got the ability. You got to go see the target and hit the target. And sometimes them guys start thinking about their name, plant foot, and hit, and shoot. That all should be done. Let's go operate now. That should be done during practice throughout the week. So I think he'll continually become more and more consistent as we go. So I know he cares and he wants to be.
Do you think some of the outside coaches that kickers deal with sometimes clutter their brain a little bit?
There's no telling the outside world. Of course, we hit them all of them on all that, and that can be, But the more, that's why I really try not to mess with them a lot, because they're all a little bit different, and in their fundamentals and technique, and there's little things I can help them with, but I mean. A lot of it, they've already been trained to do this, and they need to just go do it. And don't. The minute they start thinking about this and that, I don't know if that's always a great thing. So you need to know what you did wrong. If your hips came through too quick or whatever. But get out there and kick it, baby. Just hit that line. There's uprights there. They're pretty wide. Let's get them through there. So.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.